Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. There has been some changes since last episode. So we were very low on manpower. I think we were down to like 12 fighters and like half as many horses. We were on the ropes, and I figured the way we were set up for failure. So what I did is off camera, I went back to Torzeg's shelter along the normal path, Larnic, Mirage, Crystal, Lumen, and back this way. And basically what I did is I hired any soldier that was available, any fighter I should say, that was available at the time, and I switched over to lizards because lizards are better at combat, and we pushed our combat strength above 1,000. So we're doing much better from a combat perspective than we were before. And I've got all of our gear set up for combat, I believe. If we just do a quick look here. Arms, yeah, we switched over to lances, which gives our outriders combat strength. So more combat strength, the better. We can sell these standard armaments. I've been sitting at Dragonsteel forever, so. Chase and capture damage in crew combat. I don't know if that's super helpful. These guys don't do anything. That's for beast defense? Yeah, let's take the Tarkian awnings off and swap to skewers. Those are for mining. Tarkian tents aren't really going to do anything. Obedience. We put our slaves in cages and then we intimidate the worms into leaving us alone. Just gives us better vigilance. No, I think I think the beast defense could be helpful. Maybe, I don't know, better than awnings. Anyway, let's go check in with our allies, and go to the war room and tell them about the progress regarding the recruitment of allies for the battle to come. Talk about the aid you can get from Duzani, that's the sorceress. Neither of us is skilled when it comes to magic, may the gods forgive us, Prince Karim admits, so we can't say if this charm would prove to be useful. However, my people live relatively close to the Damahans, so we hear things. About their powerful sorceresses who lead them, about the mighty magic these women command. I'd say having whatever help from this Duzani is a great boon. And then we have recruited all the allies they asked us to. By Anubis and Aman, you did it! The prince exclaims and shakes your hand. In essence, you have been our hammer and anvil in forging an alliance against the common enemy, one that is worthy of writing history. You have outdone yourself with this one, my friend. Your work is indeed impressive, Vagrus. The Krall bows her head to you. We were right to put our trust in you, and the people of Tectum Carvos shall forever remember your deeds. Our allies and their forces shall be arriving soon, the prince confirms. We will have a lot of work on our hands to try and find a place for them all, but let us worry about that. You have brought additional allies to the fight. Is that Duzani? I don't know. These additional forces are much appreciated, Krall Hystera tells you, and they will be surely of great use in the battle to come. What will happen now? Now shall wait for everyone to get here. We have learned that some of them are already on their way, the Krall adds. You should also get ready. Once everything is in place, we will start drawing the worms here and prepare to strike at them. God's willing, we shall prevail and crush their carapaced bodies once and for all. Come back to the war room and talk to us when you feel that all the preparations have been made on your part, Krall Hystera tells you. Then we'll outline the detailed plans and begin. Time to prepare for a great battle. Ooh, lots of insight. The war room just off the atrium of Prince Karim's villa is already busy. Begin the preparations for the battle against the worms. Once you begin the final preparations for the battle, you will not be able to leave Tectum Carvos until the fight is concluded. For better or worse, you will need supplies and a powerful military force to be able to aid the battles effectively. Are you sure you wish to proceed? Well, we got 1,000 combat strength and 8 days of supplies, so hopefully that is good enough. There's no turning back now. You send a message to the prince that everything is prepared on your end and set out to the war room where the leaders of this alliance are going to convene to lay out plans. And so it begins. Prince Karim summons all the leaders of your young alliance to the war room, and one by one they come, taking a chair around the central table with the model of the town on it. Prince Lakor arrives first, tall and grim, clad in pitch-black battle armor and escorted by bodyguards. He is followed by the Sadirar delegation, shamans both young and old from all 4 great tribes in their colorful garbs. Lastly, the Magistrate of Crystal, Flavius Massilius Septimianus, walks in and bows theatrically. He has come to Tectum Carvos with a small coterie of crystal mages from the Septarius Alliance. Also present are the city's leaders, including Prince Kareem's Tarkian captain, as well as merchants, worm hunter gang leaders, and an assortment of local dignitaries and prestigious citizens, except for the local magistrate. All of their forces are now camped inside the caverns, or on top of the cliffs that make up the town, and Tectum Carvos is loud from shouted orders, noises of building fortifications, and squabbles all over the place. "Welcome, dear friends, welcome," Prince Kareem begins after everyone has settled into their chairs. The Krall exchanges looks with Lakor, and they both bow their heads in respect. "The reason for our assembly is no secret to you, and unfortunately is something none of us wish to take part in, and yet here we are." "The Sadirar are honored to be present," the eldest shaman speaks for the delegation. "The great spirits lead us again to act in order to preserve our land. As much as it is appreciated, we cannot help but notice that not everyone is present who is supposed to be," Prince Lakor says bitterly. The magistrate stifles a belch. "True enough," Prince Kareem says, "but I believe we should go over the plans together nonetheless. While we wait for the others, preparations can be made. Hear him out." The Tarkian prince begins to outline the plan, parts of which you have heard earlier. To hurt the sandworms as much as possible, you have to lure them into a decisive battle they cannot escape from. This is easier said than done due to the fact that the worms can simply burrow and flee beneath the sand when they begin to lose. "We have ways to prevent that, which we will discuss later," Prince Kareem assures everyone. "But for all this to succeed, we need to draw as many worms here as possible. For this reason, someone will strike out in an abandoned ruin upon a cliff some 2,000 feet south of town, an old watchtower. It is across open sand, so the worms will be alerted and cut this group off in hopes that we will try to rescue them. This, along with your recent arrivals, as well as the future ones, will assure that the creatures will swarm the sands around us in a couple of days. This all stands on the assumption that the creatures can coordinate, or even communicate beyond that the capacity of beasts," Prince Lakor raises a point. "They can," the speaker of the shamans tells him. "This is not a natural threat. Our foe is more than what it seems." "Splendid," the magistrate grumbles. "Who is the madman you managed to convince of this suicidal misdirection, good prince?" Krall Hystera steps forward. "My soldiers and I are ready to execute the plan. We've been preparing for it for a while now." "The Krall's troops will take the tower tonight with some cover provided by the others," the Prince Kareem concludes. "Then she'll spend the next couple of days there until the rest of our forces arrive." "Provided they arrive," Prince Lakor says bitterly. "They will," Prince Kareem tells him with a smile. "They will. We heard news of the Avernus Legion's approach. They are by far the most numerous force in our alliance. As for the Ascori, well, it looks like we have to do without them. Despite their promise, we have no knowledge that they mobilized. No matter, it was a long shot to begin with. I bet the Ascori are underground and we're not aware of them moving, because that's where they belong anyway." With that, the briefing is concluded. You leave the war room and spend the rest of your day with the preparations for the feint maneuver to come tonight. Several hours go by, and by then your fighters are assembled. You visit the Krall, who is in the middle of final preparations. When asked why she volunteered for this imminently dangerous mission, she smiles. A rare sight indeed. "Someone has to, and it might as well be us. This is what we've been trained to do," she tells you. "I believe in Kareem's plan. It has to work, else all goes to shit." She is probably right. You see less of the shamans and the magistrate. They are working together on some magical gambit or tool for the battles to come. At length, the time comes to head out to the sands to face the worms. Your task will be to create a diversion, allowing the Krall to make it to the watchtower. You will not be alone in this risky venture, as one of the present factions will aid you. Who do you wish to take? Let's take the platoon of Tarkian soldiers. Prince Kareem's best soldiers are Hanjari, well-equipped and versatile warriors who are remarkably effective in desert warfare. The Trade Prince's captain assigns a troop of veterans to you. They join your own forces at the South Rock perimeter, clad in black masks, turbans, and flexible leather armor. The Krall soon signals that she is ready to move onto the sands. You command your forces to proceed. The Hanjari soldiers join your comitatus, and we gain Hanjari tactics. Once your forces are out on open sand, you begin to make a lot of noise in order to draw in as many worms as you can. The Krall's troops in the meantime advances quietly a few hundred feet to your right, heading straight for the broken watchtower that sits on the lonely cliff like a small island on a golden yellow sea. The sandworms arrive in a matter of minutes, eager for what they believe will be a massacre. By the time they burst out of the sand to attack, Krall Hystera's troops group is halfway to their target. Then you are too busy fighting for your life. 616 versus 1002? Or is it 362? Also, my combat strength has gone down for some reason. Anyway, we will defend equally. Somehow Harvick got himself hurt. I don't know how that happened. Let's see. Will this help? It makes crit success go way down. Ooh. Defense didn't help either. Not by much. Fighter defense, but our combat strength goes down. Doesn't really seem to change the chances of success at all. So the makeshift barricade, you know, that's always a solid one. And then I guess call their ranks, because the more we can kill, the better. I guess we'll have full mounted, and then, you know, we'll try our best. Here we go. Cross your fingers that the roll goes well. A hell of a lot of frenzied worms. Harvick is wounded for some reason. It was probably me getting into the city that got him wounded. I think I want to lead with gas bomb. We should lead with pistol shot. Because I think gas bomb can come second, but you can't do gas bomb and then pistol shot. Oh, we got him. I was hoping we could kill one of the frenzied worms before he got to act. Alright, Gorgoro. There's no armored worms, so I think we should just focus fire the frenzied worms. Crit for 8 is fantastic. Owie. Let's double up Nadir's moves so she can fire multiple fireballs at people. Good one. Nice dodge. Incoming frenzy attacks. I don't know if those guys can spit acid. They might only be able to lunge. Should pay attention to that. Garrick, throw the gas bomb. The one dude dodged it somehow. Oh, pretty sick. Thank you, Gorgoro. Maybe we can kill this guy too. One more attack, maybe? Let's try to stun the... Well, the green guy's almost dead too. Alright, let's just stun this far guy. Rats! Alright, kill this guy, please. Thank you. Now, burn him to death? Don't let him burrow. He's gone. Good. Whew. I hate it when they burrow. It's the most annoying ability they have. Try to stun this guy again. Holy God! What the heck? Alright, fireball. And unfortunately, we can't hit that guy on the left. Oh, he took a chunk out of Aelani. Please kill this guy. Yes! Alright. Ooh, with that crit, we should be able to ice this guy before he gets to attack. Good job, team. Well done, well done. Please let the overall battle roll go well. Could have been worse. We did succeed. We lost. Why did they eat so many of my... What are my slaves doing in this in this battlefield? We're doing a diversion tactic. We shouldn't have our people... I did not mean to pursue. We got more of our people killed. Oops. Oh, give them time. That was a tactical error on my part. Got a couple of our fighters killed, unfortunately. Not too many, but they did take some of our dudes. You successfully occupy the sandworms and the Krall's troops make it to the watchtower, albeit with some losses of their own. Once she is there, you give the order to retreat and are happy to see the majority of your forces make it back to safety of the rock shelf. Not a moment too soon. The sands are already thick with worms, both here and around the cliff base of the tower as well. The plan worked and your mission was accomplished. Night approaches as you head to the war room. Anjari soldiers leave our comitatus. Prince Kareem congratulates you on victory. The first of many to come, the gods willing, he says. Our dear Krall has signaled us that she is safe, and her force is settling in at the tower. We are golden thus far. The magistrate claps, and Prince Lakor grunts a compliment. Then the shamans speak, and you learn that the plan seems to be working. The spirits have shown us that the desert south of here is swarming, the speaker says in a chilling voice. Oh, the shaman. The writhing threat is coming here, smelling a bloody showdown. Worms in numbers we have never seen before. Let us pray that the gods will be with us, Prince Kareem says, and the council retires in a gloomy mood. By then, the night has fallen and the desert is under a blanket of stars. We cannot do anything. I was hoping we could go recruit some more labor to make up for the slaves that got eaten. 31 outriders dismounted due to cargo loss. What? What kind of cargo? Oh, did we get I bet we got a crap ton of chitin from all the worms we killed. Night settles in on the besieged Tectum Carvos, and some of the defenders are trying to get some rest, while the others are patrolling the perimeter. You have time for a few things before succumbing to exhaustion. We don't need any supplies. Harvest some of the slain worms? We don't need to do that either, because we're already loaded to the max anyway. Ask the Sadirar shamans to heal your companions. The shamans perform a ritual healing dance, as well as tend to some of your companions' wounds in the mundane but very effective ways. They tell you that their power to perform such wondrous deeds is somewhat limited here, so do not expect them to call on the Great Spirits for healing too many times. You tell them you understand. Oh, plus 10 vitality on all companions? Alright, we should hold off on that until, like, the need is dire, overall. And then let's talk to Prince Lakor. Prince Lakor broods on his dark iron throne-like chair in his command tent, looking at a map of the town that has small ivory figures representing the Alliance's forces strewn all over it. He welcomes you with a faint smile, waving his gloved hand to his bodyguards to let you through. Having a difficult time sleeping, Vagrus? He inquires. We know quite a lot about that. Our being here raises a lot of questions about the current path our people have taken. You ask the prince about his ancestors' deeds at Tectum Carvos. Over 400 years ago, sons and daughters of our dynasty allied with the Empire and the Sadirar nomads to drive the worms away from this place, Lakor explains. We know precious little of the specifics, but we are sure that our family's contribution was essential in turning the conflict around. Wouldn't you know it, the past menace was very similar to the current one, with the worms appearing out of nowhere in vast numbers, and an unlikely alliance forming to oppose them. Talk about history repeating itself. Ultimately, the vermin were utterly defeated and banished back into the unapproachable reaches of the Arena Vorax. We failed to comprehend why our ancestors forsook their rights to colonize this place after shedding their blood for it. Perhaps we will prevail where they were negligent. You converse for a while afterward, but the prince grows weary and excuses himself. We do appreciate your company, Vagrus, precisely because our people gave their aid in an age past. Our presence here is taken for granted by some, shunned by others. For that, we thank you for listening. You bow and take your leave. I guess we still have time. Why don't we harvest some of the worms? Oh, it takes some of our vigor, though. Rough. All right, morning comes at last. We can rest. Let's go. We should hold off on... Well, we got time. They can do odd jobs around around the town. How's everybody's health? You're at 15. Everybody else should be full, except for Nadir for some reason. But let's take it off of medicine. I don't want to spend medicine if I don't have to. And then back to town. And now we are on day 2. Okay. Another day in the besieged Tectum Carvos. You attend the gathering of the Alliance's leaders in the morning, but there is little new to discuss. There's still no word if or when the Avernus Legion is going to arrive, but Prince Kareem asks everyone not to give up hope. The Krall begins sending signals that she and her troops are well, but believes that the worms have started boring into the rock under the tower, which could spell trouble later on. There's nothing to be done but wait for now. Dude, are they gonna knock the tower over? That'd be wild. Check on the preparations. The magistrate and his mages are busy at their workshop, chiseling and carving large blue crystals. Prince Kareem is overseeing the storage and portioning of supplies, as well as the defense of the northern side. The Sadirar shamans spend most of their time in meditation, allegedly communing with the spirits. Prince Lakor has fortified the southern side. Meanwhile, throngs of worms keep arriving by the hour. Elani comes to talk to you. Hey Vagrus, got a minute? She asks you. Once you confirm that you do, she continues. So Striker's been circling above. high over town. Falcons have amazing sight, and I've been using that to track the worm movements. Sometimes the sand's composition or ripples on its surface betray their presence. From that, you can also see where more solid ground is. The vermin avoid those stretches. I thought we could use that if it comes to fighting, you know. It's a little edge, but still an edge. You thank her for the advice. We gain reconnaissance. Interesting. The long, uneventful day comes to a close. Okay. We don't need to heal. Ooh, I would love for a blessing. The shamans perform a ritual dance to bless your crew with the anger of vengeful spirits so that they would overcome their foes with ease. Your komes grumble about having to leave face paint on, but the shamans assure you that it is the only way to retain the blessing. In any case, this boon will only last for a day or so. You thank the shamans for the blessing. We gain the Sadirar war blessing. And then I guess we'll requisition supplies? Because I don't really need to heal. Morning comes at last. We'll send our dudes out to do some work around town again. Another day in the besieged Tectum Carvos. It is nighttime, though. Oh, okay. We are awoken at dawn by Prince Kareem's messenger. You are to report to the war room without delay. All the leaders are there by the time you arrive, and you can see that something important has happened. The shamans begin to speak, and you learn that a couple of hours ago, they successfully scried the location of the Avernus Legion. The spirits have shown them that the Prefectus's army is marching south as you speak, and will arrive late in the day. They are going to be attacked by the worms gathering here as soon as they are close, Prince Kareem says grimly. We have to provide an escort to them. We thought the Avernus Legion is a nigh undefeatable force that shall save us all. We thought the Avernus Legion is a nigh undefeatable force that shall save us all, Prince Lakor rolls his eyes. They are clearly the most numerous of us all, the magistrate says irritably. That's simple arithmetic. Be that as it may, the Prince Kareem tells him, we will need everyone if we want to prevail against our foe. So it'll be my soldiers, the Prince's Dark Elves, the Vagrus, and the Worm Hunters marching out onto the sands to aid the Avernus Legion. We will be watching the horizon, but be prepared to set out at a moment's notice. Everyone gives their approval in the end. You leave to prepare the fighting crew. It is late afternoon when the watchmen report seeing a column of sand to the north, clear indication that the Avernus Legion is on its final approach to Tectum Carvos. By then you have grown weary of waiting and preparing for the battle, so you are eager to lead your fighters against the worms. The writhing horrors are already swarming at the town's north gate. You will again team up with one of your allies. Who will it be? Let's try the Tarkian soldiers again. Or, well, let's do the hunters and the shamans. That's kind of neat. Upon hearing your request, the shamans delegate a large group of hunters and shamans picked from all the tribes. Singing war songs and dancing to appease the spirits, they join your own forces at the northern gate. You could not have asked for better partners in fighting in the desert. You march out together with the rest of the army. We've gained a warband and Sadirar magic. It only takes a couple of minutes for the worms to burst out of the sand in large numbers and assault you after you move out of the gates. At least this will buy time for the Avernus Legion to reach Tectum Carvos. A fierce battle ensues. Ooh, we're at much similar strength now. Oh, it's because we've dismounted all of our warriors. No, much better. I feel much better about this. And then we will... There we go. I was like, I can't read that when they don't give me the background. Makeshift barricade, of course. It gives us 2, but honestly, like, all percentages are good percentages. And then cull their ranks. Oh, like, they're clearly getting stronger with each round. So hopefully this goes well, and then this time, do not fight them a second time if you can help it. All right. Cull their ranks again and fight. All right, a lot of green worms this time. And Harvix is good to go this time, so let's go for it. No, we don't have to prioritize any frenzied worms this time. So let's just go for the green worms if we can. Good dodge. Not as good, but still okay. Crit for 9 is fantastic. Jump forward and swap with Elani. Great. Break this guy's armor? I don't know if the green ones actually have armor now that I think about it. Good dodge, good dodge. double up Nadir's moves, and then let her go to town with the fireballs. Hopefully this green guy doesn't submerge. A crit for 9? Fantastic. Let's try to kill him. Oh, it didn't work. And it was the wrong one. Good news is we can probably let Nadir burn that guy to death. So go for this other greenie. Ow. He hurt me in response. Right, fireball time. Oh, not a double kill. I was hoping for it. Maybe this? Nah, that's not enough power to kill both of them. But we did kill one of them. Alright, and then axe this guy, I guess? And then we'll have Gorgoro try to break the armor on the armored worm next time. Kill the green guy. Stun the armored dude. It worked. Fantastic. Now we can focus on this dude. So everybody just attack him. Oh, a crit. Fantastic. I think we want to... I was going to say, I think we want to burn him and let Gorgoro break this guy's armor. But instead, we will kill that guy and then let everybody focus fire this guy next time. Eilani, just save your movement, get some power back, and maybe we can try to stun him again next turn. Throw a ward underneath him to burn through his abilities. And then swap with Eilani. And now break some of his armor. Alright, we should be able to kill him this round. Yes. That went pretty well. Just a little bit of damage. Let's hope the overall battle goes well for me. A lot of damage to our riders. Got some more of our slaves. Alright, stand down. Move on? I guess I didn't get a chance to heal. Pushing the worms back at the northern gate, your warriors break through to the Avernus Legion, whose soldiers became embroiled in a brutal battle themselves and joined forces. The banners of the Prefectus lunge forward, and you hear that his horns are sounded, echoing across the dunes, signaling his troops to press on toward the cave leading on into town. There, the Prince Lakor's elite guard have secured a foothold over the sands so that you can all get back into safety. Ooh, I think we should use the charm, because this drives them away, if I remember what she told me. I think it won't be as useful in the final battle. So let's use the charm. You break the largest bone in the charm as instructed by Duzani and hold it high. At first nothing happens. There is no blinding light, no specters dancing over the dunes, no eerie sound nor thunderclap, and you begin to fear that the sorceress tricked you. But then you notice that the worms are fleeing in all directions as if repelled by some unseen force. Knowing that such arcane respite is merely temporary, you signal everyone to run for the gates. The time you buy is enough for everyone to get inside, albeit the casualties from fighting before are considerable. After the Legion is safe and swarms the caves to find spots to rest, the Alliance's leaders convene in the war room. Once there, Prince Karim takes it upon himself to welcome the Prefectus as a hero, risking his and his soldiers' lives to relieve the beleaguered town. The Sadirar shamans announce that by coming here, he has honored an old alliance, referring to the one once kept between the desert people and the Imperials. Prince Lakor is strangely, almost disrespectfully silent, at least until the Prefectus greets him with quiet courtesy. Had you come in time, the battle, and thus the valiant sacrifices of many, would not have been necessary in the first place, the Dark Elf Sovereign declares coldly. Should I apologize for bringing more spears to this fight than all your forces combined? The Prefectus asks him before adding hastily, Your Grace. Before a furious Lakor could answer, Prince Karim steps in. Noble friends, we are all hurt and lost much, and one's blood is burning after a fight such as this. And this makes for poor courtesy, but our true enemies are outside these rocks, even now, and they do not care for our squabbles, nor for heroic deeds. They merely wish to devour us to the last living soul. Let us retire for today, and I shall assist the Prefectus in finding a place for all of his army. Tomorrow we shall reconvene and talk strategy. The council agrees and everyone shuffles off to rest and tend to wounds. The night is approaching fast. They have left my group. Let us prepare for the night. Talk to the magistrate? The magistrate is surprisingly sober when you visit him in his colorful workshop tent on the north side of town, where he is busy working on crystalline contraptions and arcane devices, aided by half a dozen crystalmancers, quiet agents of the Septarius Association robed in white. Nothing would function in this dire place without my crystal magic, he declares after you ask him what they are working on. But since you ask, these are crystalline amplifiers used to enhance the arcanite resonance of certain formulae. He pauses. They boost our magic. He explains with a lengthy tirade that the Sanirar will need these to use their tricks on the worms when the time comes. I certainly hope that your people will fight well, because by Tartarus I won't, he continues. No, I'm not much of a combat mage. When you ask him where he is staying, he frowns. At the castrum of the local magistrate, he rolls his eyes. Boring chap, terrible at conversation. He has no interest in recreation at hand either. But perhaps that is for the better. We don't want to make any mistakes here now, do we? You thank him and take your leave. How are our companions doing in health? I don't know. We'll never find out. Let's talk to the Prefectus. The Prefectus has settled into an abandoned villa that overlooks the large tent camp of his precious Avernus Legion. When you visit him, he is reviewing stacks of parchments on his balcony, requisition inventories, local logistical reports, resource ledgers, and the like. I must say that I admire your sense of negotiation, Vagrus, he says as a way of greeting when his manservant ushers you in. But this operation certainly looked much better on paper. You ask him if he now regrets coming here. No, I would not go that far, he allows. If anything, now I can see you asked me to join the Alliance. This is serious business here. It might indeed make or break our future. If we lose, the worms will not be stopped until the Empire decides to squash them, strengthening its grip on the region in the process. A lot of the independence some of us have been enjoying in the West will be gone. Should we be victorious, however, we may forge an even greater alliance that will benefit all of us. You chat about the more pressing matters afterwards, from troop placements to supply logistics, eventually growing weary of it all. You take your leave of the Prefectus soon afterwards. Let's get some supply. No, let's get the blessing for sure, and then turn in for the night. I don't think we need the super healing yet. We'll let our people heal up with medicine. We have a lot. Holy cow, our labor is so low. We're gonna have to like lower some of our fighting power after this battle is done. I guess I should have brought more slaves. What a rough day. Well, let's pause the episode here. We will pick up with I assume is the ultimate battle next time. So if you guys enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you guys want to see more Vagrus the Riven Realms, you want to see how the worm battle concludes, subscribe to the channel. That also helps me out a lot. But until next time, everybody, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!